So first meetings are a high leverage point in the sales process, not just because of the increase in revenue, but also how it can speed up your growth. So let's think about this. For a Series A company, it's not uncommon that on average they'll be winning, I don't know, 5 to 10 to 15 orders a quarter. And maybe for Series B, it's going to be a little more than that. But in that sort of range, there's only so much you can learn and experiment with when the numbers are small. Right? If you're getting that many through the process, it's hard to make huge conclusions that are very valuable when the numbers are that small. But if you double the conversion rate, let's say from first meeting to second meeting, you also get a lot more flowing through the sales cycle and you can double your learnings. You learn how best to demo the product to different personas. You learn what resonates with your personas during the demo or when you're running through the deck. You learn how to do a successful POC or POV. You learn how to do the executive readout at the end best. And you learn how the contracting process works as well. And these learnings go on and on and on. So it's good that you're winning more business by increasing your conversion rate, but the real payoff is in the improvements in how you sell. And that moves you faster towards the repeatable sales motion that's going to help you grow faster. So when either the marketing team or the sales team goes and gets those first meetings, you feel like, all right, we got to do as much as we can with these ones and make sure we're doing everything we can to get the right opportunities flowing through the second, meeting and obviously qualified opportunities and beyond. So all that effort to get them, let's make sure we do a good job. So that's one aspect to it. If you can convert more of those and still have high quality conversions, not drop your quality, it gives you a lot more to work with later on in the sales cycle, right? So if you're looking at places to try and have an impact, it's usually one place that people are trying to, just because of the leverage it has later on in the sales cycle. And then the final thing that I think about, and your sales leaders might resonate a little bit with this one, is often that first meeting is a high scrutiny part of the sales cycle, right? So this day and age of conversation intelligence tools such as Gong and all the various ones that do that these days, there's a lot of people suddenly who have access to come in and look at what's going on in the sales team and what they're saying and doing in these first meetings. And they get a chance to go in there and look, right? And actually, let's take, for example, the marketing folks, right? They're doing all they can to get lead gen going. And let's say that, maybe there's some sort of feeling that the lead gen, the quality isn't that good. One of the things they'll do is look at what they're doing themselves. And another thing they'll do is look at, well, what happens in these first meetings and is the sales team maximizing them, right? And I've certainly been in a couple of cultures where it very quickly it became a little bit of finger pointing about, well, you're not saying this, you're not pitching that, and you should have said this and you should have said that kind of thing, right? Which is, might be helpful, might not be helpful. But also, the other thing I found as well is that, when other people in the organization do get to look in on these conversation intelligence tools, they just naturally gravitate to the first point of contact with the prospect. There's not as many people looking at let's say, the POV setup call as there are looking at that first meeting we had with, I don't know, Citibank. What happened to that call with Citibank, right? Why did it convert? Let's just go in and listen to it on the call, right? And then they start picking it apart. So, emotionally, if I'm the sales leader and I've got people suddenly digging in and looking at my team and what they're doing and saying, well, you should have done and could have done this and that, then I want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to maximize and do all the things that we should be doing